What's good, y'all? This is Courtney, and I'm finna play a little quick game of catch up. We finna talk about American Gods Season 2, Episode 2, titled The Beguiling Man. Ain't that how you pronounce it? Listen, I was like, is it Beguiling? No, ain't no D in it, Courtney. Beguiling. That's how I pronounce. I guess so. So, listen, this episode made me cry. It did. It pulled thug tears out me, you know. Um, we get to see some history about Shadow. We get to meet his mother. Um, what else? I think about his mom, in relationship with his mom, and we see some of the after effects of what happened at the massacre at the diner from, you know, the season premiere, and all of that. So y'all ready? Okay. Let's start off. Okay, we know, beautiful Zora Vanchanyaya. She's gone. And, her brother, which who I'm going to call the Hammer, you know, Schnicksboard, that's his name, the dad pronounced his name, gone. He's talking about it's things we have to do for her. Covering the mirror, sprinkling a salt around. It's rituals you have to fucking do, you know. He says that, there's no more believers in America. He said America is not a good place. He said there are no more believers, you know. And I was like, damn. Okay, we know like the three sisters, like, okay, now she's gone. What's gonna happen to, the three sisters are guardians. They're supposed to protect, the earth from, is it a bear spirit or a wolf spirit before, the protector from not eating the world and all that stuff. So they missing one of their stars. But Snitchboard talking about, it is a newborn. He said we could find a newborn. Hopefully they find her and everything. And, she'll come back or whatever. Like sort of like dealing with the theme of reincarnation. I believe in reincarnation. I really don't know. I think, Dylan, I was raised Baptist, Southern Baptist, and all that stuff. You rarely, you talk about that. I don't think they really believe in it, but they say they don't, which I think is a bald-faced lie. Because, we quick to say, especially to a little baby or a child that watches, a little baby be happy, whatever, but it watches things, keep an eye on everything. The baby knows it or whatever. And, we quick to say, oh, you been here before. We said that the pets and all that stuff when they act a little bit smart for their motherfucking age or whatever, oh, you been here before. But anyway, so the Hammer, he's going to take his sister, so they could do the what they need, and hopefully when he comes back, he been found the newborn star. So during this, Mama G Wednesday asked her like, will I count on your blades for this? And she like, listen, you brought this shit on my damn doorstep, bruh. And everything. She said, but yeah, I do it and everything. But I gotta make sure that so and so could take my schedule for me for next week. I hollered. That shit was funny. I was like, wait a minute, y'all guys. I said, oh yeah, but y'all gotta make a living. You gotta get that light bill paid, you gotta get that water bill paid. You do need to eat, So there was that. And Laura, she's seeing everything. Her main concern is Shadow. Cause she's looking for his light, but it seems like it's dimming. So she ready to go. Her main concern, we finna go. I gotta go find Shadow. So they up in the diner. And then in the diner, there's Salim, there's the Jen, there's Mad Sweeney. And Mama G comes in and she basically tells Jen that, you need to go to Corn Palace and get what they call him? El Tome? If I'm saying that wrong, please forgive me. And understood they had something about a spear. And so Matt Sweeney, he gotta go wherever his lucky coin at. And so her main thing, Laura's main thing is to find Shadow. She go and confront Wednesday, and Wednesday concern ain't Shadow in her eyes. So he goes and Anansi, he rides off with Wednesday. In that badass Cadillac. So Laura, Matt Sweeney, they jack a car, they dip. Cause Laura, she could track Shadow due to the, his light. So the Jen and Celine, I love Celine, that's my baby. I love him and the Jen. That's my power couple. So, it shows him, he says his prayers, you know what I'm saying? And, he lay his mat down, he say his prayers and all that stuff like that. And once he's done, homeboy Jen talking about how about I get that bus ticket for you so you get you go on. And I'm like, now bruh, good goddamn well that Celine is not finna leave his one true tenderoni. That motherfucker drove from New York all across the country with two crazy ass white people, a leprechaun and a goddamn dead bitch, zombie bitch, and everything to find his one true love bitch. So good goddamn well he ain't going no goddamn world. And so, as we all know with these gods, faith in them, worship of them is their life's blood. And he's like, Celine like, you need me and everything. He said, I believe in you. And so the Jen, he gets a extra helmet for him. And the Jen got this motorcycle with the additional car to the side, and they put on the helmet because safety first, bitch. And they get on and go on and do what they gotta do. Listen. Y'all know I love Mr. Celine and the Jen. But bitch, that Jen, if they ain't one of the most goddamn handsomest ass motherfuckers ever, I was just staring at him like, my God. Ooh, he gorgeous. He is gorgeous. That man is beautiful, bitch. He's beautiful. But, I digress. Let me stop lusting. Let's get to Shadow. So, as we all know from the season premiere, Shadow got snatched by Mr. Town. Mr. Town, that was the one that did that sniper shit and, killed our beloved, Zara, Venture, and Yaya. So he snatched. So they got Shadow all hemmed up with these things on his temples, and they got him drugged up with some kind of mess. And they got his arms hemmed up. He's in pain. They are fucking him up. And here's their main thing with this brother. They trying to figure out, okay, bruh, how in the hell did you get entwined with the old gang, with the old god gang? Who are you? Why is you Wednesday's one right hand man? Like, what is the significance of you? Now, remember Shadow says, I'm nobody. I'm just his bodyguard. But you gotta be somebody due to the fact that Wednesday, that you working for Wednesday. Because as we all know, I think we done figured it out. Wednesday don't do shit for shits and giggles. He probably does. But when it's certain along this nature, he's a motherfucker calculating ass motherfucker. So it's a reason behind everything. So here is the new gods thing. Who the fuck is you, really? And why is you? Who the fuck is you and why is you? Now, for those who have read the book all the way through, and for those who are impatient and did the Wikipedia shit, we already know the significance of shadow, right? We know who he truly is. Nah, I ain't gonna spoil that. But the thing which is funny is basically dealing with this episode and dealing with shadow. We'll see that he is a stranger in his own country, in his own land, for what I'm gathering. Because I was trying to think of this. This is what I was thinking about. As we meet his mother and him, they on the ferry, they're going through, and they in New York, and they see the statue. And you see them coming in as the same way as the immigrants did when they was coming from their old country to here for a better life. It's a significance of that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I could go into what scientists are saying that within the next 20, 50 years, I guess what they were trying to say, between the next 20 or 50 years, most of the population will start looking like shadow. Because we know the whole melting pot and all that. Shadow comes in from France. So I was trying to figure out, okay, was he born here and his mama snatched him when she was pregnant, or snatched him when she had him and decided she gonna travel the world? That's what I was trying to figure out. I really gonna have to finish reading that book. But I don't even think, does the book have that in there? But as we see a young shadow, I had to give it to the casting who gave us this shadow, the teenage shadow. I could actually see him growing up and turning into the shadow that, our present shadow. So you see his mother, a beautiful woman. She's so pretty. And they come to America and they're talking about the Statue of Liberty. And what was the reason for her bringing him here? To train him, to prepare him for what is to come, And she always talk about, you have this light in you. And as we know about, with Laura sees that light within him, even though she's dead, but, she sees this light in him. And so, Shadow, they up in New York, they got a new house and all this stuff, and he decided he gonna check his neighborhood. Shadow goes walking, and he tried to introduce himself. There's some hood niggas there, and you know what I'm saying. But and then he get his first taste of what they call it. You get your first taste of showing that you're not welcome here. You're different, bruh. As you see all them hood niggas, them motherfuckers came up to him and all that stuff and basically said, "Who the fuck is you? Why you sound white? You think you better than us and everything." Hood niggas and all. And it wasn't for that. Shadow just wanted to introduce himself, and Shadow got his ass beat and all that stuff by people that look like him and his mama. So what did that does to him? Being a stranger in his own land, you know what I'm saying? So He comes back. The mother, his mom tell him, even with, like he getting arrested and all that stuff, get treated like shit by people that look like him, and then get treated like shit by the lawman. He get 2 reality checks in one day. And his mother tells him, she goes up talking about, he got a light in him, and you just have to learn how to push good shit out so it could come back to you and all that. And I understood what she was saying and all, and I understand you want Shadow. Seem like she want him to just always remember the good, but as we all know, it ain't like that all the time. And so she puts on music and they start dancing, and that Percy Sledge song, that Percy Sledge song had me crying. It really did. I love me some old school soul, y'all. And so, she dancing and everything, and we see him reading. He reading these books and everything. His mother tried to make sure he is about as worldly as he can be. She wanted to seem like she wanted to give him a childhood so he could experience many things and all that stuff before he grow up. And we also see the decline of her health. And we see it's cancer. And his mom, he was in this waiting room waiting on his mom for the doctors, right? And while he's waiting there, it's somebody behind him doing the corn thing. Oh, it's Alden. And he talked to him and give him the coin and said, somebody that got a certain quirk and everything, it won't take him that long. So, and then he turned around and homeboy disappears. And the mom come out of the room and she has the lick on her face, and we already know it ain't good. And so here's this question. Well, here's this comment. So he's back home. He's sitting outside on the stoop. The mother is on the phone with somebody, and she's basically trying her best to get him out the country. Because she says she don't know how long she has, and he doesn't need to be here. And so Shadow hears some ruckus or whatever. He runs and see these niggas, these hood niggas, and I'm trying to figure out, is it the same ones that whooped his ass earlier? Picking on this little Asian boy, like bully ass hood niggas or whatever. And so Shadow goes in, try to get him off of it, and Shadow fights them, y'all. And it seemed like they were trying to get a lick in and everything, but something came over Shadow. Did y'all see that? I saw that. I was looking at him like, something coming over you, baby. And something was coming over him, and he beat all the motherfuckers' asses. And so when he came there, the mama was there, and she said, this isn't you. And he was like, I was trying to protect, help him. They were bullying with him. They were messing with him. And, she brings her stuff to fix his hands. And it's the certain thing that she says about his light. She said, you have this light in you. This light in you that is more than anybody else has. And he said, you keep saying that. She said, of course I keep saying that. She said, because I give you, you know how you get that light? Because you get it from me every day. Okay. Time out. We all know, let's be real, that Shadow is special. Now we get into the conversation of the whole, he don't know who his daddy is. And she quick to say that, he dead and gone. That nigga dead. I wanna know, I think y'all done figured out who homeboy daddy is, right? But anyway, was the mama more than human? Was she a priestess? What, was she her own god? A minor god or whatever, or something like that. I just think his mama was special more than what she was, and all that stuff. And, she already knew her son was special. She always called him her beautiful boy, and she always said, "You got this light within you," and yada, yada, yada. So, it comes to pass with, you know, her leaving. She's on her deathbed, and Shadow is there. And Shadow is like, "I don't want to be here. I don't want to stay here if it ain't with you." You know? And, she tells her some things, this is what you need to do. Boom, 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 boom. And she has some Where's Your Coin that Where's Your Lucky Coin. And from what I'm gathering, it's the same coin. Was it the same coin that we all know who? We all know that was Wednesday. There was the same coin Wednesday gave him. And so, he does the little coin thing, and the coin falls, and it breaks. And I wonder what the significance of it breaking. And so he goes into the chapel of the church, and I guess he tries to pray, but it ain't in him. You know what I'm saying? He's mad. He's angry. You could see that anger coming off him. Because I guess in his eyes, it just ain't fucking fair. We come to this new country and all that stuff. And, I'm a fish out of water and all that. And then I lose my lifeline. But I think somebody was watching him while he was in that chapel too. So as we see this happening, going back and seeing his history, his childhood. And, while Mr. Tam, Mr. Wood, Mr. Steel, whatever, they still trying to figure out who this nigga is. Why he's so important. And I think why they also, trying to pull that shit out of him, torturing him and everything, some kind of way it is dimming his light. Because when Laura and Mad Sweeney, they go looking for, they trying to find him, she keeps saying his light is dimming. All right. Listen, I think we done figured out Laura is looking bad. Hunger got that film in her eye. She is basically decomposing before everything. And it seemed like she getting weaker too, because when they was driving her and Mad, they was driving the tire got a nail in it. And so when they had to go fix the tire, it seemed like she was having a whole lot of strain of trying to pick that damn car up. So I think something, she decomposing fast. And so they trying to find a way to find homeboy. And so they arguing back and forth and back and forth. Now, as we find out that homegirl is an atheist, she don't believe in that shit. Which is kind of funny that she's an atheist, being that, bitch, that's a leprechaun driving your ass around. You know that, right? You saw Easter. You literally met Easter in the flesh with a southern accent. And then all them Jesuses, different races. They go Alden. Uh, the motherfuckers who stitch you up, demagogues. And bitch, you walking, but you gonna be dead. But you an atheist. Okay, how whatever, whatever. Whatever. But listen, y'all, I'm gonna say this. I think Mad Sweeney is falling for Laura, y'all. I wholeheartedly believe that shit. I think Matt Sweeney is falling for Laura. What y'all think? I can't be the only one that thinking that. I think they is. Yeah. But Laura, only thing on her mind is Shadow. I don't think on her mind is Shadow. So we go to the scene of Bill Quist. Bill Quist is sitting there with Wednesday. Now Bill Quist is saying, listen, I'm out. And they go back and forth until about love don't do war, but not Wednesday. Mr. World. Mr. World saying, most wars was started due to love, love and war is, two sides of the same coin. And so she's saying that she's out. And Wednesday, why I keep saying Wednesday? I don't know. But Mr. World saying, the old guys don't trust you, you're a traitor. You were complicit in what happened into, the sacrifice, our beloved Zoriah. And so then you want to desert the new gods in this war that's coming. Like, so you willing to get trampled on? He was like, so you willing to get trampled on? And bitch, you in a rock and a hard place, bitch. So what you gonna do, girl? What you gonna do? And I like, Bill Quest, baby girl, I don't know what you got yourself in some mess, pretty lady. I don't even know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. And so we go. Let me see what other scene we're gonna do. What other scene we're gonna do? What's the other scene? I'm trying to remember. Anazi and Wednesday. Listen, y'all know I love Anazi. I love him. And so first it was Wednesday driving. And then Wednesday said he could sleep at the drop of head anywhere. So he driving. And so it's a Nazi driving. And there's a big old bucket of chicken right beside him. Right? Listen though. And I was like, now this motherfucker was I hungry when I get something to eat. And the thing he gonna bring me was some fried chicken. A bucket of fucking fried chicken. Oh, this motherfucker did. And so he went and just basically tossed the chicken out the window. And Winston woke up and, I died to like, oh, yeah. That chicken was good, bro. That chicken was good. And we like, you ate all of it? He's like, greasy fingers and everything. Give me some motherfucking fried chicken, nigga. But, that was funny. So we get to the scene with Laura and Sweeney. They reach a dead end, literally, with a field full of flowers and all that stuff. And she like, how in the heck this shit happened? And all that stuff. I think it was a little something due to now if they got Mr. Town, Mr. Wood, Mr. Tree, not Mr. Wood, Stone, Mr. Metal. They gotta also have Mr. Road. So that's probably Mr. Road trying to cut him off or, do whatever. And so she gets out. She falls in the but in the flowers. When, Sweeney like, he said, get your ass, I thought you wouldn't go look for somebody and all that stuff like that. And so they're going back and forth and everything. And so Sweeney says, listen, I know of a shortcut. And he said, basically, it's backstage. We have to go through the horde. His own personal horde. So basically, his horde, what he called his horde. I was like, okay, what is this? Is this like, they gotta go through some demons or some shit? No, it's not that. He gets her and they transport through this, what they call the horde. It's basically his dimension where he keep all his gold coins. Cause you know how he picked the coins out the earth and all that stuff. I saw nothing but coins. I said, oh, so that's where you stash your loot. Well, all you gold coins. And so they come out of it over this overpass, over this railroad, over this train, and all that stuff. And that was that. She said, maybe we never do that shit again. And she helps take off the rest of them handcuffs that were still on them. And so they go. bust through the they go bust get on the train, they hijack a train and bust up in there and try to get Shadow out. So while the train is coming, there's this, crossroads or whatever. Wednesday has Betty. That's the car, that's the Cadillac. And so he goes, right? You know what he says, for everything you need, a sacrifice has to be made, right? And so he is basically sending at us doing a sacrifice. He finna sacrifice Betty and all that stuff for, to stop this train or whatever. Basically what it is to save Shadow. And so while he talking, a nurse is in the back. He in the back was asleep, right? That motherfucker woke up like, he's like, what? To go to Valhalla? Sacrifice? He's like, oh, hell no. And so I asked him about that car. He's like, I ain't going to no motherfucking Valhalla. Gonna lost your damn mind. I'll meet you in Cairo. And that mother, and listen, a Nazi hauled ass and walked out. I was hollering. So, the car called Betty the Barbarian, and basically used her as a sacrifice to be a berserker. So she's a berserker in metal form. Or is she? Y'all tell me. Just write it down below for me, please. I'm just do it down below for me, please. And all that stuff. So while he does that send off for the car, Laura Sweeney busts up in the train. And they go and do that, and they basically, it's a massacre. They go, Laura got this that motherfucking zombie dead strength. You know what I'm saying? So she just busting folks and just stepping on heads and all of that mess. And she, Sweeney, and everything, and they're able to get Shadow. But Odin is there. He does his thing. And basically, the train hits that damn car. And it's all explosions, bitch. And then when you see, they show, like, right in Odin's, he one-eyed. And basically, you see the fire and all that stuff. And you see the horse. Black horse and all that stuff like that come through. And that's the end. And that's the end for that episode, y'all. That's the end of that episode. I want to know more about his mama. I loved about his mother. And the thing about with his mom, you could see she had all that light in her. She was airy. It just seemed like, to be honest, I don't even think she was human. What y'all think? I don't know. I don't think she was human. I don't know about it, but I liked it. And you see, and I just hate that he lost his mom like that. That Shadow lost his mom. You can tell he loved that woman to pieces. But that's it, y'all. Let me know what y'all thought about the episode. I gotta play catch up because I gotta do another one of these, and I got in my Doom Patrol, y'all. But like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments down below, and I'm gonna holler at y'all in a little bit.